Warning: the opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and or guest. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Complex Networks, Yahoo Sports, its affiliates, or any employee thereof. This show may contain adult humor and profanity and may not be suitable for general audiences. Now that we got all that corporate bullshit out the way, let's start the show.
And after 3 weeks of violent bowel movements, all of my toxins were released back into the universe. Now that I've got the ball rolling with a little sharing, who else would like to share? Joe Flacco, perhaps.
Well, I mean, I'm still a super rich former Super Bowl champ, right?
Also a white man in America.
Oh, yeah, so I'm good.
Anybody else with any first world problems? How about you, Carson Wentz?
It's just tough to watch my team on this magical postseason carpet ride, and I have nothing to do with it again.
You're joking, right? The Eagles only won because my game-winning field goal double doinked off the post. My career's literally over.
Yeah.
Your mom hates you.
Garbage.
Okay, I need everybody to take a quick chill pill. I just want to remind you guys that this is a safe space for emotional excretions, and there'll be no assassins in here, okay? Oh, I see we have a new face here today. Would you care to introduce yourself?
I'm Robert Kelly. I'm here today because all these people trying to take a piss all over my name about this new Lifetime documentary series, but I don't see nothing wrong.
That's all wrong. That's too soon.
My mind's telling me no.
Let me stop you right there. We love all souls, but we don't fuck with no Geppettos. So I believe you can fly your ass on out of here. That's it. Bounce, 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 bounce.
Cody Parkey and R. Kelly in the same support group? Chicago's fucked up. All right, there's a lot going on there, and there's only one place you can find it all, and of course, it's mostly football. Hanging out with Martellus Bennett, who just dropped a new art book, and of course, funny man James Davis, who's about to drop a new Comedy Central special. I'm Ben Lyons, and I'm just here for the snacks. It's a hell of a wild card weekend, you guys. 3 of the 4 road teams, the Colts, the Chargers, the Birds, they all advanced. Pour one out for the Bears and my aunts, Laura and Jean. Sorry, ladies. Marty, looking ahead to the weekend, which of the teams is the biggest threat for moving forward? And are you still high on the San Diego, LA, whatever you want to call them, Chargers?
I still like the Chargers. I think they do a lot of things very well, but, you know, I think their defense is playing well. They could come out and play defense the same way, but it was hard to sustain that defense because they finally found a chip in their armor, and they were able to get some points toward the end of the game, and they were sweating a little bit.
Yeah, they're sweating a lot. They're sweating a lot down in Baltimore. James, you know, another weekend of playoff football gives you an opportunity to have a new playoff team. Is there anybody you're jumping on the bandwagon with?
I'm just more on the Chargers bandwagon than before. Before it was like 50-50 with the Rams. I've kind of moved away from the Rams, and I'm all in. I'm all in on the Chargers, baby. Black coach and those guys. All those athletic guys.
Yeah, you sound like a real lifer, a real diehard. All right, coming up on tonight's show, we've got comedian Alex Thomas. He's here to count up exactly how many fucks he gives. And Ezekiel Elliott, well, he wants to get paid. But should the Cowboys pony up? Plus, what's it going to take for Rivers to finally beat Brady? And Marty gets his crystal healing on. It's all about the positive vibration, dude. Whoa, wow, that was really peaceful, huh? You have a beautiful crystal teacher there.
Yeah, your wife was lovely.
Yeah.
I just love hanging out with other people's wives. Oh, but looking at that now, it's kind of weird. I felt like I was like a human sushi tray.
Well, you had all the stones on you and a lot of energy passing through.
Yeah,
So.
it was amazing, though, because that shit, it was crazy.
Yeah, we'll get to the crystal healing a little bit later on. You know who else needs some healing? It's really the entire city of Chicago. Sorry, Coach Bob. Cody Parkey's potential game-winning field goal was tipped, double doink, tipped again, and the Bears season got flushed down the toilet like Marty's deep shits filled with bratwurst. Steve Bartman is more popular in Chicago than Parkey these days, but still, Kyle Long insists the Bears have Parkey's back, saying they lose as a team. They partied in Club Dub as a team, now they lose as a team. I know kickers are a different breed, man, but can you put a loss on one player in one play?
I absolutely fucking hate kickers, personally. Like, I mean, as like the idea of kickers. Like, they're not really a part of the team. Like, you don't really know the kickers that well. Like, the kicker's not the guy you hang out with. They're in the world of their own, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, grab such and such, let him come win the game for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then it's like, all you gotta do is make the fucking kick. We had a good 2-minute, we got a 2-minute drill, all odds are against us. We make a big play. There's 50 seconds left in the game. We push you on the right hash or the left hash, wherever you want. We slide to get that. We save our timeouts. We get you down there. We game manage the clock very well. We get you in field goal range where you say that you can make the field goal from, and then what you do? You miss the bitch. And I just always say, don't put it in the kicker's hands. You don't have to worry about that.
Well, no, it's not in his hands. It all comes down to his foot. Do you blame Cody Parkey as well for the misstep in Chicago?
Everyone always says, you know, there's other plays that led to the loss and not just that kick. But when you see that fool on the sideline doing his practice kicks, and those kicks look good, ain't nobody saying anything. I mean, you have all them practice kicks into the net. Make the kick. You were practicing on the sideline. You weren't even watching the game. You were in your own little area, kicking into the net. What's so different than when you're out in the field? Now, me, I don't know how to make a field goal, so I don't have a lot of expertise in that department. But I feel like after 3 practice kicks, don't hit the goddamn pole.
Kickers have their own kind of deal in their own space, and so do kick returners, right? And that's what kind of you experienced in Chicago.
Well, not kick returners. Hall of Fame kick returners, a whole different thing. In Chicago, Devin Hester decided that he was not going to play offense anymore. That his biggest threat was when he was in the back of the end zone receiving kicks, which was very true. He didn't like to learn the playbook. He didn't want to have to deal with that shit. He didn't like the way they try to use him and put him in situations. So he's like, look, I don't do offense. I only do special teams. So he became a specialist. He hung out with the kickers. I would go to the bathroom to take a shit between meetings to get a break from my coach. And he'll be in there playing soccer, doing sit-ups and shit, just hanging out on the phone, FaceTiming and shit. I was just like, this is the life for a player. I had to come back and be like, man, what does Devin do? Devin leaves early. He comes in. He only does specialist meetings. So he's really, really a specialist by the back end of his career. But he was really fucking good at what he did. So I
like the whole vibe, like the kicker culture vibe that Devin Hester was indoctrinated in. Like he got to like just do sit-ups and play soccer all day. It sounds like super fun. It's like being on the beach in Brazil.
He was a specialist. Like, the kicker's out of meetings early. You'd be like, why y'all going home? We got 6 more meetings. Like, I mean, the only thing they got to do is talk about kicking. So at the same time, I'm like, with that in my mind, like, you left work early on Thursday, Friday, you go to the other place to kick, and you don't come back, and then when the game comes down to it, you miss the bitch.
Yeah, it's like James Davis is the kicker of mostly football. Come in late, leave early. It sounds about your schedule, no?
But I don't miss.
Comedy Central, January 11th, Split the Uprights special. Ooh, it's good. All right,
I don't
Goose
miss.
Island Brewery in Chicago is helping Bears fans drown their sorrows this weekend. Sunday, they're putting up a goalpost outside their bar. Anyone who can make a 43-yard field goal earns free beer for a year. Shout out to Goose Island.
Do you have to go to Goose Island to get the beer, or do they send the beer? That's a whole different, that's the fine print. That's why I call it Willy Wonka font. At the very bottom, when he get the magnifying glass and he telling Charlie, you drunk the fizzy fizz drink and floated to the bar. I had to decontaminate the entire ceiling because you and your grandpa decided to drink fizzy drinks. Therefore, you lose. That's it in period. Read the fine print. Goodbye, good day, sir.
I've never seen someone's personal philosophies always go back to like Willy Wonka and Disney and just...
I'm just trying to drink free beer from making a 43-yard field goal. You know, my dad was a kicker, so I think it's in my DNA. In fact, my father was the only Division I athlete for a dad on this show. So
first of all,
I think that's pretty amazing.
My dad played Division I football, and my dad would kick your dad's ass.
That's probably true. James, could you make a 43-yard field goal?
My dad... Next topic.
Could you make a 43-yard field goal, you think?
No, because it's in Chicago and it's right now and it's cold as fuck, so I wouldn't even go outside.
So, but the craziest thing about that is Chicago had one of the greatest kickers in the history of Chicago Bears, the Chicago Bears franchise, and Robbie Gould. He's excellent. Since he left, he's probably missed 3 kicks, and Chicago has missed like 29 kicks or some shit like that.
Maybe he'll be down at Goose Island Brewery on Sunday trying to win this.
I've never
here's Robbie Gould. All right.
Robbie, what are you doing here?
I've never had a
beer
for the beer.
I've never had a beer before in my life.
I think we just found a new segment for the show. Marty drinks a beer. All right. Fans obviously crushed Parkey for missing the kick, but kickers are human beings, right? What if you made mistakes at your job just like Parkey did?
Parkey's kick is up, and it bounces off the upright. No good!
Jesus Christ, Parkey! You're garbage, man! How did you miss that?
You suck! How hard is it to do your job? I hate you! You ruined my life! I'm gonna kill you!
A 43-yard field goal? I could have made that with my third leg. Cody Parkey?
Hey, idiot! You forgot the cover on your TPS report. You blew it! Worthless! Piece of shit!
Oh no, I peed on my shoes.
Jesus Christ! How can you miss that chip shot? Loser! Loser! Third leg ain't making no field goal.
Maybe he's right. Now that's a condescending meme. And send. Oh no, I accidentally hit reply all.
Reply all? You worthless piece of garbage! I mean, how hard is it to do your job?
Okay, Cody Parkey, I'm sorry. I get it. Lesson learned.
What lesson is that?
I guess I'm just as terrible at my job as you are at yours. Jerk off.
Parkey all over the show today. All right, the Birds' Nick Foles sprinkled his postseason fairy dust again. Last year's Super Bowl MVP threw a clutch fourth down touchdown with a minute left, sending the Bears home and the Eagles on to New Orleans. After the season, Philly can pick up Foles' $20 million extension, but Foles can turn it down and become a free agent. To put it in perspective, Carson Wentz, he's still under his rookie deal, so he's earning just $6.7 million a year. Marty, what should the Birds do with Nick Foles?
This is very interesting because I feel like the Eagles are going to start getting calls about Carson Wentz. So they're going to get offers for Carson Wentz, and they're going to get offers early. So they got to weigh, like, do you want to put the team in the hands of Nick Foles? Because Carson Wentz technically is the better quarterback, but Nick Foles is a better quarterback for that team, which makes a big difference. It's like when Carlos Boozer was on the Utah Jazz, he was great, and then he went to the fucking Bulls, and it's like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like the system that you're in matters a lot. You know, there's a lot of guys that get into the wrong system, doesn't fit their style, and it makes a big difference. But if Nick Foles wins another Super Bowl and continues to win the game in the dramatic fashion that he does, like, you got to try to get the guy, but you can't pay him more than you paying Nick. I mean, you can't pay him more than you paying Carson, so then it just become this whole fucked up ordeal. So I don't know.
After all that, you don't know.
I don't know what they do. I think you could go either way.
You explained it so well, and then you just had no conclusion.
I have no conclusion to that.
If somebody offered you $20 million, can you imagine saying, no, I'm good, I'm going to go see about trying to go get some more somewhere else?
No. I wish I was at that place, but
they won't pick up the option. They'll try to
It's a wild situation for Foles to be in. I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out.
Kind of like being a guy that all the girls want. You know, you got two bad bitches, you know what I'm saying? When I die, bury me inside the Louis store.
Now we're talking some stuff.
When I die, bury me inside the Louis store. All I want for my birthday is a booty.
That's a song Nick Foles has never heard.
I swear.
How optimistic are you if you're a Cowboys fan? You got to be, right? Dallas's defense was up to the challenge. Zeke ran hard, and Dak cartwheeled in for a late touchdown as the Cowboys drowned the Seahawks in a grown-up big boy football game, 24-22. There'll probably be more Cowboys fans at the Coliseum Saturday than Rams fans because that's just the way it is in L.A. Marty, you think the Cowboys have a chance of getting one on the road?
I actually like this game a lot for the Cowboys. And I think the reason I do is because they're running game. They're able to run the ball and to keep the ball out of their offense hands, out of McVay's mastermind. You know, he can't use it if they don't have the ball. Not like he's a defensive mastermind, obviously. So to be able to run the ball the way they do with Zeke and keep pounding and running the clock down. So, and not letting the Rams score fast. If the Rams score fast, then it's going to be a long day for the Cowboys because I don't think the Cowboys can score at the pace that the Rams can. So I think controlling the ball, running it, letting Zeke do his thing, and that's kind of how you build your way up.
It's kind of shitty that everyone just like assumes the place is going to be filled with Cowboys fans, that LA is not going to show out. Like it doesn't feel like the pageantry of LA Rams football like we've seen this season.
See, I disagree. I think that there's going to be a lot of LA fans out there. I just think that LA fans work a little differently, where if the Cowboys score early or we're not automatically looking like we're going to win, the LA in us is not going to be invested, and the Cowboys fans will take over that stadium, and it will be a Cowboys stadium because LA fans, we're front runners. We want to cheer us winning, but we don't have that like come from behind. You can do it, Goff. Like no, you should have won.
Well, I'll tell you this. I know this for sure. that stadium is going to be packed with Cowboy fans. I went when the Eagles played the Rams, and it was packed with Eagles fans. But we used to do, Cowboys have done training camp in California for years and years and years, whether it's Oxnard or down there where the big-ass trees grow.
That place.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it over there.
What's that place called?
I don't know. Why are you looking at me? You think I know where the down south where the big-ass trees grow?
But I think it's going to be packed, and I think the energy, there's nothing worse than going to your home. That's like coming to your house, and another man is where your family, like you walk in the house with two people walking in the house and your kids run to the other man. That's how it feels when you go to somebody else's.
It's like Ving Rhames cooking eggs and baby.
Exactly. That's how it's going to feel for,
like.
as a Rams player, that's how it's going to feel. Good call, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I was already coming over.
Yeah,
Boy,
we're rubbing off on him.
You better do your thing.
Next thing you know, his movie list is going to be all low-budget black films. Tyler Perry.
Well, we do have Alex Thomas on the show later, so we'll get into that in a little bit.
That's low-budget as fuck.
The Chargers, LA's other team, earned a date against TB12. History says that's not really a good thing, though, for the Chargers. The Bolts defense pounded Baltimore so badly that the Ravens fans were seen calling for Joe Flacco's return. Old man Rivers sidearmed his way to yet another road win for the Bolts, but Philip Rivers is 0-7 all-time against Tom Brady. Marty, will Sunday's game affect Rivers' legacy, and are there people out there who are keeping tabs on Philip Rivers' legacy?
Yeah, I don't think that beating Tom is the reason why his legacy is. It's just one game closer to that Super Bowl. And I think that Super Bowl as a quarterback who puts up numbers is how you cement your legacy as a quarterback.
Your first ballot Hall of Famer, Philip Rivers? He kind of feels like a Reggie Miller of the NFL, where he might have gotten a title, except he always went up against Jordan.
Yeah, but I don't know who votes for that shit anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That Hall of Fame shit is crazy.
You think the Bolts stand a chance going back to the East Coast on the road, going back to New England, where they've lost before?
I think they do because
you're an LA Chargers fan now.
Well, yes. By the way, I just got them tatted on my right arm. But yeah, they went on the road, and no one. They're always the underdog. Like they're playing for themselves, which is how you have to play, and nobody out here gives a fuck about them. So it's like,
where's the parade if they do win here? Like in the parking lot at the StubHub Center?
Yeah, exactly. At a YMCA.
But here's the interesting thing, though, that this matchup is interesting because the Patriots had 2 weeks to game plan. And this is a whole lot of time to give some smart motherfuckers the time to figure some shit out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they both show new looks. They both go back. They've been studying both teams. They're doing the breakdown. They know what you're good at. So, that extra week right now in the playoffs, and they're well-rested. You know, those guys got beat up last week, so it's going to be interesting the way they decide to attack. They're going to do a lot of things that the Chargers haven't seen. So, the Chargers have to try to figure out a way to game plan for the unscouted looks is what we call them. The looks that you did not get to see in the playbooks and the shit they're drawing up just to attack your defense.
The Chiefs had 2 weeks to prepare as well because everybody's been sleeping on the Colts. While the Texans were just plain sleeping, Indy ran for a postseason franchise record 200 yards. The Texans' J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney, they didn't get one sack off on Andrew Luck. And T.Y. Hilton and the Colts clowned Houston 21-7. Marty, what's up with the Texans underperforming again in the postseason?
Man, I don't know about this shit. I just know that you're supposed to have the defensive MVP. You're supposed to have one of the top defenses in the league. There's all this that everyone talks about how good every single individual player is on the defense. They're this, they're this. Then motherfucker comes and runs for 156 yards on you and a touchdown, and you don't get any sacks. You don't do anything to really change the game. So how effective are you as defense when you talk about the stats? And stats really only matter in the games that matter. This game mattered.
We always talk about star players in this league, and I think it's really hard to be a star defensive player who really impacts the game in terms of wins and losses. Here you have the Texans again with J.J. Watt saying goodbye, losing a home playoff game. They talk about Aaron Donald for the MVP. Well, Todd Gurley's the most important player on that team. Like, I just don't think you can go all in on an individual defensive star and see it in results in wins and losses.
But he makes game-changing defensive plays. You know what I'm saying? For the Rams. Like, there's big games. He's getting sacks in big moments. That's changed the tide of the game.
Well, they couldn't get any sacks off on Andrew Luck down in Texas. And that's
the offensive line is playing very. They got this one guy on the offensive line, he's a rookie, and he is so smart. The way he sets up his pass sets, he jump sets. he kick sets. He's really smart at mixing it up, so he fucks it up for a lot of pass rushers. And when you have a guard that could really solidify things on the inside, you get no pressure up the middle. Pressure up the middle is way harder for a quarterback to deal with. So it's going to be interesting if you think about that, the way Melvin Ingram was getting sacks, he was lining up over the center. If you want to put pressure on Tom Brady, you have to come down the middle and get pressure on the inside. Quarterbacks that are really good, they're very good at, very aware of stepping up around when you can rush them around the pocket, step up. But if that pocket collapse, they start to fold.
James, what do you think about their offensive line play?
Who?
All right, Colts owner Jim Irsay was in the locker room
like,
post-win. That's always just an uncomfortable thing.
You know me, I'm a perfectionist, guys. I know you guys, and you got more in the tank, okay?
Yeah, we do.
Like 31 points, maybe, you know? I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm sorry, I don't want to be a Scrooge. I'm not Scrooge. I love you guys.
Love it. We love it.
What?
That sounded like a drunk, like, reverend.
I'll tell you what that is. You know what that is? That's the rich white man pep talk. I've been on the other end of receiving that talk very, very often in my lifetime of being an athlete. That's the rich white man pep talk.
I'm much more a fan of the rich black guy pep talk.
The rich black guy pep talk is great.
The rich guy talk is a lot better than the rich white guy pep talk.
I swear, I'll tell you, they come in, they got the suit on, they always wear the blue shirt with the bright tie, the blue suit with the bright ties and things like that, and they have Nikes on to feel a little more relevant. And they give these pep talks, and you just be like, what the fuck is he talking about? You could tell that he's never really, like, been having to pick people up in a long time.
This is the black guy?
No, the black guy's like, great game, motherfuckers. That's what I'm talking about. You, great hit. When you sack the motherfucker like that, that's what we need to do. Next week, they coming to our house. We got to go another place, and we're going to whoop their motherfucking ass. Bring it in, guys. I'm very proud of everything you do. Let's keep this train moving.
Yeah, I'm fired up. Let's go.
Not like, oh,
yeah.
It's not like, oh, we got a little bit more. You guys could give us 31. They'll be like, hey, this was nothing. This is just the beginning. What we're going to do next week, we're going to show them why we're the Indianapolis Colts. They counted us out all season. Andrew, they didn't think you would ever be able to play again. Look at what you're doing. You're the fucking comeback player of the year. Young running back making plays. T.Y. Hilton showing up as a clown, clowning motherfuckers. They got the defensive MVP of the year. How many sacks did he get? None. How many sacks did the other defensive guy get? None. Those are they cowbells. And what we do, we shut them motherfuckers down. We can shut them down. We can shut anybody down. Let's get it back on this plane. Drinks on me tonight. Let's celebrate, enjoy it, and let's roll. Yeah! Yeah.
Let's go Colts.
Let's go Colts.
We're the Colts.
Let's go Yahoo.
All right, complex content. All right, Irsay's post-game talk was not as inspiring as Martellus' rich black guy post-game talk, but he decided to start his own line of motivational speeches anyway. Take a look.
From the makers of the TED Talk series comes Gym Talk, featuring Colts owner Jim Irsay dropping Jaeger bombs and pills of wisdom on all things football.
You want to know about football? I'll tell you about football. Why hold on kick or punt returns when about this many happen per year?
In this exclusive series, Jim Irsay keeps it really real with gems like this.
You guys know me. I'm a rainmaker. You know, it's party time for you guys.
And if that didn't leave you scratching your head saying WTF, this certainly will.
No, I'm sorry. I don't want to be the Scrooge. I'm not the Scrooge. I love you guys.
Share the love all year long and sound like you just hit the bong with the Gym Talk. Available now.
All right, it's my turn. AT&T is getting ripped for marketing its 4G LTE phones with the 5G moniker, which makes it seem like customers are getting 5G technology, which they ain't. They're like 5G adjacent. Verizon's like, can you hear me now, AT&T? Yeah, then get that fake 5G shit out of here. What you guys think about that?
I don't need 5G. I'm good with the 2G. What's the 3 more Gs get me? More Gs?
People still use 2G?
What does 2G get me, or what does 5G? Sounds like a lot of EMFs.
But that's the whole thing about technology is most motherfuckers don't know what they're actually paying for. They don't know the difference between 4G and 5G. What does the G even stand for?
I don't know.
What's LTE?
I don't know. I found the studio today, so Waze worked.
Yeah, I just know service, and I don't have service.
Oh, who are you with? You like a T-Mobile person.
What do you mean I'm like I have a T-Mobile look?
Yeah, you look like you have a T-Mobile. Are you with T-Mobile?
I'm with NASA.
He's with T-Mobile.
I got my own satellite. Moving on. Clemson may have broken Bama in the championship game, but leave it to Lil Wayne to break the damn internet. Wayne's drip had Twitter in a frenzy with people comparing his halftime performance get up to everything from the Hamburglar to Darkwing Duck to Zoot the Muppet. Guys, what do you think about Lil Wayne? He looks like an older aunt who just got her income tax.
I love Darkwing Duck. He's one of the most underrated superheroes of all time.
Yeah, and I really like the Hamburglar as well. I mean, the Hamburglar doesn't get as much credit. And I got to be honest, I feel like Wayne just took Marty's look in the pre-production. You wear all these like flowing robes and these long pieces, and
you know what that's called? I like to dress like the king that I am. They try to make me feel like I'm not a king. They knock the noses off the pharaohs, but I know my legacy. I know that in my heart and within me is king's blood, and there's nothing you can do for that. Wakanda forever.
Thank you for that spoken word.
I
didn't know we had
Bed
poetry.
Bath & Beyond model. Yeah.
Speaking of the NCAA title game, which we weren't speaking of, the Drake curse is real, y'all. Days after Drake rocked an Alabama hoodie, the Tide got rolled. Anybody Drake backs, Kentucky Hoops, the Raptors, even Conor McGregor, they all choke. As a Rams fan, may I ask you get Drake as much Cowboy stuff as possible?
Cowboys, Canadians team, right? Canada's team, of course.
I just feel like this is all a marketing ploy.
By Drake?
Yes. Whatever team is hot, that's the team he's rooting for because he knows he's going to be brought up. They're hot right now, let me put on a Bama shirt. Oh, you know, they're hot right now, let me put on a mostly football sweater. You know, I ain't want him to wear mostly football shit because I don't want this show to tank. We got James for that.
Whew. Man, everybody has their zingers today. Okay, how does Drake pick? Fuck, man. You don't have to read. Don't make fun of me when I have to read.
Go on, man. Pick it up, man. You got this. Yeah.
Let's go, James.
All right. Jim,
Read and talk.
when you need him.
Read and talk.
I know you got more in you. I know you got more in the tank.
Read and talk.
Ha. All right. No. How does Drake pick the bandwagon to jump on? We sent Marty's best friend Desi to Drizzy's house to find out.
What's up, MFers? This is best friend Desi coming to you live from the City of Angels. Well, Calabasas, actually. Today, I got a special treat for y'all. The biggest bandwagon fan in all of sports, and none other than Mr. In My Feelings himself, Drake. And here he comes, right now. Hey, Drizzy, Desi Brown, mostly football. You ready to do this interview? What you mean how I get past the security gates? You already know. I crept down the block, made a right, cut the lights, and paid the price. Wait, Drake, where you going? Drizzy. Man, Drake tripping. Said he ain't trying to do the interview right now. That's why Pusha T got him anyway. Everybody take a L, even Mike Tyson. But this is Desi Brown for Mostly Football. Back to you in the studio.
I didn't know you need credentials to go to Calabasas, but obviously you do.
Especially, it's not right now. I mean, Kanye's mad that Drake lives close to him.
Yep. All right. Help me juggle this next one.
Okay.
Lifetime breaks records with a docuseries exposing R. Kelly as an alleged pedophile with a sex cult, and his music streams increase 16%. So people find out R. Kelly reportedly tormented underage black girls, and they want to buy more of his music? What? Are they intrigued or something? What's up with that?
I think a lot of people don't actually know who he is. A lot of the people like you, because you got to think about, we always look at things from our cultural perspective. There's a lot of people outside of our culture that doesn't really know who this guy is. They may know the song, I Believe I Could Fly, but they don't know who sung it. You know what I'm saying? Then they be like, oh, what else did? Let me Google him. And they Google him and they try to play the song. What does it matter? Because he does not own the rights to his song.
Ben's eyes say that everyone knows who R. Kelly is.
First of all, everyone knows who R. Kelly is. He's been famous for like 25 years.
You think everybody knows who R. Kelly is?
Yes, or everybody has listened to his music. Or I don't think you need to James' point, say, wait a minute, this guy's been kidnapping girls and locking them in his bedroom? Let me see if this Trapped in the Closet song has any clues. Like, what?
There's plenty of clues.
Right
I don't see nothing wrong with it. My mind's telling me no.
Wait, hold
but
on,
my body's telling me yeah.
So I can listen one more time.
That's a pedophile's line all day. Like, my mind's telling me no. All right, let's take this off. My mind's telling me no. What is your mind telling you no? Okay, she's underage. I shouldn't probably be doing this, and it's not the right thing to do. I know this in my mind. My mind's telling me no. But my body is, let's get this right. My body, my the other head that I'm thinking with, not the one that really knows shit, is telling me yeah. It's telling me yeah. And this shit's just stupid.
Yeah. I'll just say this. For me personally, I was watching the docuseries and I was angry, but then one of the girls was like, R. Kelly was recording the album The Buffet, and I was mad, but then I was like, shh, what's that album? I ain't heard of that. And so I had to listen to it before I canceled them.
So
I'm part of the problem. I apologize.
That one last plate at the buffet, huh?
Would you listen to R. Kelly music again?
No, you can't really.
It's hard, man. No,
why is it hard?
You can't listen.
But why is it hard?
Because in society we are constantly presented with these facts, these artists who have conducted themselves in a questionable way, and we must decide, do you watch a Bill Cosby show if it comes on late at night on TV? Do you watch a Harvey Weinstein movie he distributed? Do you listen to music from R. Kelly now that there's constantly this media, Martellus, that is reminding us of stuff we already know. But it's bringing to light stuff that we already know and just saying, hey, remember how you knew that OJ beat his wife and killed somebody? Well, here's a 7-hour documentary about it. And now you go, oh yeah, you're right, that was really bad. Well, you're reminded of stuff you already know.
Well, this conversation reminds me of my Jeep.
I see what you did there.
Department, a young woman who goes by the name of Arabian posted a pic of NBA YoungBoy tattooed on her chesticle. The rapper curbs her hard, tweeting, I don't have no girlfriend. Good thing, because another boo posted a pic of his name tatted on her arm. FYI, the 19-year-old is expecting his 5th child this year with his ex.
He made 5 kids in 1 year?
No, I mean, this year he'll have his 5th.
Damn,
he's 19.
I know, because
He's been getting it in at a rapid rate. His name is
NBA YoungBoy. I mean, I don't really get, like, that whole name.
You don't see the longevity when he's a middle-aged guy?
Yeah, it's not.
Still a young boy, guys.
Yeah, I don't really get it. Like,
I mean, Lil Wayne's 45 now, and we're like.
First of all, to get a human being tattooed on you is just the artwork was absolutely phenomenal. By the way, whoever did that tattoo, the shading was great, the line work was great. Kudos to the artist, but to the girl.
That's rare on this show, by the way. I hope you're recording.
That's big.
Showing love for another artist.
Marty likes your art. You did your damn thing.
But at the same time. Odell Beckham has Michael Jackson tattooed on him. So is it any different for her to have NBA YoungBoy? That's her Michael Jackson.
She has the same amount of playoff wins as Odell Beckham, too. Coming up to share just how many fucks he really gives from Netflix's Motown Magic, the one and only Alex Thomas is on the show. But first, Martellus' deep thoughts straight from the John.
The ego can pin you down. It's heavy and small. The ego is an anchor. Deep shit.
I've been dropping deep shit for as long as I can remember, and today's guest is a very funny comedian and has acted in every single low-budget black movie known to man, from the Players Club to The Wash, and not to mention, he was also a writer on one of my favorite shows, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but his most famous appearance, though, came as the first guest on Marty BTV on Who Wants to Be Hood Rich.
That's the first low budget thing we brought up.
His next venture is the voice of Jimmy Mack on Netflix news show Motown Magic. Welcome, Alex Thomas.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Players Club was a studio movie.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm hood famous. Okay, so you talk about low budget. I think Players Club was about maybe $5 million.
Millies.
That was like Jurassic Park for black films.
All those credits paid for that chain. I guess.
Pretty much.
Diamonds.
Pretty much.
How much that weigh? How much? Because you know that kind of you got to go by the weight.
Well, I'd have to ask my wife that. She got it in Jerusalem for me. So I just got back from Jerusalem.
International flex.
Come on, international trip. You understand me? But
did you go there on a low budget plane?
How you know that? Wait. How did you know that?
I just asked it.
How about the name of it is it's called EasyJet. It's like the Spirit / Southwest of Europe.
Non-stop from LAX to Tel Aviv, I'm sure.
I'm gonna try to make a long story short. I should have known that the flight was cheap when I saw that our pilot didn't have on a uniform, okay?
He just came in swagged out?
No, he had on some cowboy boots, soccer shorts, and a Wu-Tang t-shirt.
Oh, that's my...
Hey, in LA, that could mean you're a millionaire. You never know. All right, well, the owner of a low-budget Vietnamese restaurant in New Hampshire is fighting with the town's city manager over the eatery's name. The restaurant is called Fucking Great. Come on, city manager, that's fucking awesome. Time now for How Many Fucks?
$100.
An adult man in Portland is suing Burger King for reneging on a deal to give him a lifetime supply of free food after getting trapped in one of their bathrooms. I hate when that happens. For more than an hour, the 50-year-old is looking for a little over $9,000, which is the cost of eating a $7.89 Whopper meal once a week for 22 years. Wow. Sounds like a sentence. Marty, have it your way. How many fucks?
I give a Chick-fil-A worth of fucks, because at Chick-fil-A, they bathrooms do not lock people in there. And if they do, the employees are going to sit by the door like they negotiate and go through the process with you. We're right here with you the whole time. You have nothing to worry about, guy. We're going to help you out. We'll be right there. And we're saying a prayer for you. And when you come out, you not only going to get Chick-fil-A sandwiches, but they will never renege because it's not God-like and it's not Chick-fil-A-like.
How many fucks you give, Alex?
I'm going to give, he's stupid, right? Dog, you know what? You need to run for president. I'm dead serious. Let's get Trump out of there and get Marty B.
I'll be a good president.
Yeah. No, I give 4 Whopper fucks. Because let's just be real, man. Forget the Whoppers for the rest of your life or how many. Give me the money. Give me the money. Forget it. I'm going to say that in that bathroom, I slipped and I hit my right testicle and I could no longer get anybody pregnant. Therefore, that's worth at least $27 million.
Yeah, and that's...
what's the word when you can't make babies no more?
We don't know.
It's called James Davis.
It's called James Davis.
I will give you this.
That's a low blow.
That's a great plot.
Literally.
That's a great plot for a low-budget black film.
There you have it. The dude,
Kevin Hart should be in it though, not you.
And call it Uno.
That just became a high-budget black film, James.
Call the movie Uno because he only got one ball. You know stuff.
I just was told I can't have kids. I'm shocked right now. But I give, and you're gonna have to change whatever you put in the prompter right now because I know it says 71, but I changed that number to 60. I give 60 fucks. Because this guy's 50 and he wants Whoppers for the next 22 years of his life every day. You're not gonna make it to 72. You're not. You're lucky if you make it to 60. That's why I gave you 60 fucks. But honestly, you just killed yourself, bruh. You just killed yourself, you little simple Whopper eating stupid.
I give a chicken fries worth of fucks because Burger King is dumb enough to have something called chicken fries. And
you're not repping them?
Hey, they get creative. They get creative.
Stupid story. All right, a Phoenix woman who went on one date with a guy she met on a dating site. She went on one date with this man and she sent him over 150,000 text messages.
Wow.
In just 10 months. One text read, I'd make sushi out of your kidneys and chopsticks out of your hands.
So she's going to basically eat the sushi with his
smiling
hands.
face.
Pretty much.
She was arrested after breaking into his house. She took a shower at his crib. Police found a machete in her car, whatever. Marty, how many fucks you give for this single white female?
Can we go back to the photo of her for a second?
Yo,
you have to.
Please tell me we got the audio.
I just want to see the photo because if I was searching profiles and the avatar is one thing that really captures your face and what you really want to like, and her avatar to me is not one that I would want to click on and go on a date with. She has the making of a murderer face.
Yeah.
All over that picture profile. Let's just say making of a murderer. Look at her. I say block the bitch worth the fucks. Because why not block the bitch?
Block the bitch.
She got the 150,000 text messages. Just block the bitch. It's his fault too. She's in my house
Alex,
in the bathtub. Who is she, Goldilocks? Bitch in the house like Goldilocks. I come home, this water's not hot enough.
Well, I'm going to give her 159,000 stalker fucks. Okay, because obviously she's beyond this. I'm going to bounce off what you said.
That's
When
cool.
that picture that you saw, have you ever seen that show Snapped?
Yes.
Love it.
Women that all type of ways you could end up killing somebody.
Love it.
Basically, that's what that picture. It looked like a headshot from Snapped.
5 seasons worth of snatch.
Bro, she probably, and y'all remember Lorena Bobbitt? She cut old boy's
Next,
dick off.
James.
She probably chop it up and make sushi out of his balls too. So you know,
I had a ball talk with Alex Thomas on the show
Ball
this
talk.
week. Ball talk here on Mostly Football.
I give one suspicious fuck because how do you let one person send you over 150,000 worth of text? Block her or do something. Honestly, change your number. That dude liked those texts. He was bragging like, this bitch on my dick. Look, look how much she be on. You know what?
And I got the timeline to prove.
Timer. Wait. Hey, just watch, y'all. Wait for it. That bitch just hit me. She on me.
I gave her the dick one time. I gave her one time. She had it all crazy. And I didn't even give her the good dick. I was just trying to get one off. You know? She tripped.
Player. I'm a player.
I give a girl interrupted worth of fucks because that chick is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
All right, months before opening its $1 billion Star Wars expansion, Disneyland is raising prices again, another 25%. The cheapest daily ticket now to get into Disneyland is going to be $104. Doesn't include parking, candy, those little ear hats you wear from Mickey Mouse. It's disgraceful. It's a small world, Marty, but how deep do your pockets have to be to go to Disneyland? How many fucks you give about the pricing?
I just want to let you know my pockets is deep enough to take us all to Disneyland. Take your kids, your wife, your family, your friends.
Facts.
I'll just pay for us all. And
Facts.
just have a
I like what you did there.
Yeah.
I like what you did.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not even mad.
Thanks. I'll take free Disneyland. Sure. Thanks.
I got so much money, I'm not even gonna give a fuck about this right now.
You got so much money, they might have a ride named after you
at
Disneyland.
So, but I do give a black princess worth of fucks, because like, we ain't gonna be able to take out black princesses to see that, but there's only one black princess to see anyway. So I wonder if it's cheaper to go see her than it is to go see the other princesses.
Alex, how many fucks?
Well,
we're just here for the black princess. That's like one slight percent of the show, of the whole park. I just want to see the black princess.
I'm gonna throw the producers a curveball here and give them a small world Mickey fuck, because let me explain something, brother. I'm in it. You said your daughter's 5, so I don't remember the last time you took your kids, but all I know is I took 5 kids to Disneyland for my daughter's 2nd birthday. It cost me $30,000. I had to take a loan out of my house, so I might want to give a little Sally Mae fuck also. It's ridiculous, dude. It's so bad at Disneyland right now. You can't bring a sandwich. You can't bring a cookie. You can't. It's airport prices. My daughter said, "Daddy, can I have some fries?" I said, "Yeah, I'll get you some fries." I said, "I'd like to get my daughter some fries." They're like, "Great, that's $47.50." I'm like, "Is Mickey Mouse making the fries? Is Goofy back there putting on the
salt
ketchup?
and the oil?
Like, what is going on?
They
They charge Mickey tax, dog. I'm calling it Mickey tax. They don't let you do anything. They make you dump the stroller. They pat down. You saw that scene Straight Outta Compton when they were all up against the wall at the studio? Yeah. I just imagine 7 6-year-olds all up against the wall like this, and they were patting down, making sure they didn't have no
It's
snacks.
a new ride at Disneyland. It's called Straight Outta Compton ride.
It's straight out of Disneyland.
The police car, it's great. James, how many fucks?
I give 1 Magic Mountain season pass for the fucks, because honestly, they got better rides, and I ain't got no kids. So
Lucky.
I don't need to be there, no way. And if I had to go there, my ballin' ass homie Marty gonna pay for my ticket anyway.
You feel me?
So yeah, now you ain't gonna get the $30,000 treat. once we get in, all snacks are on you. I'm just getting you in the door.
Well, now that Star Wars
is on him.
Now that Star Wars is part of this whole Disney machine, I'm going with a Jar Jar Binks worth of fucks, because that's the worst character. And this is the worst new. Jar Jar Binks is awful, dude. And don't try and come at me with some Marty. I didn't understand the creativity and the art behind Jar Jar and what he brought to Star Wars.
Jar
That
Jar
dude
Binks
was whack, and $104 to go to Disneyland is super whack.
Jar Jar Binks and Chewbacca, the closest we had to black characters besides Lando.
Nah, Jar Jar wasn't black.
Jar Jar was mixed.
He's Lando.
Daniel's Lando.
Jar Jar was
you're
like
right.
Cuban or something.
Yeah, he was mixed. He had good hair. He had baby hair.
Yoda's not black.
I'm taking credit for him.
All right, finally, an ex-employee of the clothing company Moschino USA is suing, claiming a supervisor used the codename Serena for any black customers they thought, this is going to be a fun one, thought weren't rich enough. The employee claims she was told to follow customers around and even write down their license plates. Marty, how many fucks you give about this Moschino hoe?
I give a flying fuck. I'm bringing this out the that
was dope.
Fuck in a while.
Yeah,
that was
because
dope.
what is it? Hey, code name, code word, Serena. We have a Serena in here. Like, guys, everyone take your positions and your posts.
Your white guy voice. Your white guy voice is great. I like it.
Well, thank you. I've been working on it.
That's your CSI voice?
Yeah, it's part of my white privilege I'm earning.
Your white privilege.
But I just think it's so fucked up. First of all, calling black women Serena, what the fuck is that supposed to be mean, you dumbass motherfucker? And second of all, shut the fuck up. Your clothes are tacky, they fucking suck, and your shit sucks. Everything about this shit sucks. I give a flying fuck, because this is fucked up to judge black women in this way, to call them Serenas, like they're just...
Alex Thomas, how many fucks about this?
Well, I'm going to give 2 Cardi B fucks for that. And the reason I say that, you would think, first of all, I think to kind of like bounce off what you said again, I guess that's his way of saying big booty, black chick from Compton, so anybody black coming in here, we're just gonna call them Serenas. I'm wondering, does he call dudes Serenas also? I don't know, but you think he...
I call them Mandingos. Get the man, like, already Mandingo. There's a Mandingo in the building.
You know what I'm saying? But you would just think maybe he'd take Cardi B because she's more hood, you know, she's connected to the streets, you know what I mean? Yeah, Serena came from Compton, but if anything, Serena could buy that building, and guess what? I think she would probably sell more clothing if she called it like the Serena gear instead of the Moschino gear. Because like you said, that shit sucks.
That shit's terrible.
Serena's at least selling shoes. She evolutionized the game. Remember, her sport, like with Wimbledon, they were only supposed to be able to wear white. Since the beginning of time, white sport, white world, white. She broke the code, man. She wore all black, and she won Wimbledon, and she sea-walked the center court. Don't act like you don't remember that.
Whoa, whoa.
West Side.
Black power.
How many fucks do you give, James?
I give half a fuck because I think it's racist to call all black women the name of one black woman. However, it's also a compliment because it is Serena. She's super dope, to your point.
GOAT,
It's like,
greatest of all time.
It's weird because it's like, in a way, you're stereotyping them, but then you're also lifting them up. You know, it's like, get out of here, you Beyonce. Say word.
Right. Because you think of
Serena, a bitch is talented. You know, like,
at least he picked a nice name too. Like I said, Cardi B could, but he could have said, okay, there's an Apple Watch coming in here right now.
There's a Medea. There's a Medea.
There's a Chautauqua.
There's a superhead coming in right
got
now.
5
Watch the
Aquanettas coming in hot. 5
I'm
Aquanettas.
going with the white people are the worst amount
Lace
of
fronts
fucks,
and all.
'cause
Lace
honestly,
fronts and all.
It feels like a theme to our show. It's just
Right.
white people are the
No,
worst
white
amount
people
of
aren't
fucks.
the worst.
This white
You're
person
not
is the worst.
Wait, yeah, no, we like you.
Right.
That's it.
It's just some of you.
Thanks,
It's
James,
just
for
some of
saying
you.
that I'm not a racist manager of a Moschino at the mall.
Yeah.
I've come a long way.
Those are the bad ones.
Those are the bad ones.
Yeah.
You're the good one.
Yeah, we like you.
You're not like the others.
Yeah. Yeah.
The others are the worst.
Yeah.
All the others.
Yeah, all the others.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
He said, thanks, guys.
Appreciate that.
I went to Crossroads. We know I'm joking.
Right.
Comedy Central.
Yes, Alex, before you go,
Yeah.
I hope you didn't think I was going to let you get the fuck out of here without asking about your time back in the day as a motherfucking Soul Train dancer.
Why you got to bring all that kind of shit up, Marty? That was like I was 15, bro. I was a hood hero. In my neighborhood, growing up in South Central, 15 years old, and you going down the Soul Train line every week from Run DMC to Eazy-E and NW to Tony to Whitney Houston. I was a hood star, though. I was just a breakdancing, pop-locking ass kid, and that's how I got my start.
But it's crazy, because all you old Negroes...
I ain't old. The hell you talking about?
I was talking
Somebody
to
asked me how old you are, and I'll be like, how old you need me to be?
I was talking to Jermaine Dupri yesterday, and he danced backup for Houdini when he was a kid. I'm like, damn, everybody was just dancing in the background. You can't get a in the background dancing.
Man, don't hate on Alex. Those Soul Train residuals paid for that chain, dude. He's
First of all, I
getting
wish
checks
Soul
from Don
Train had
Cornelius for
residuals.
35 years.
It was for free. Don Cornelius played us with chicken. I'm not gonna lie, he was sponsored by KFC back then. People used to be dancing with hella gas. Like, it would just smell like farts on the set because he was, he was sponsored. I'm not even exaggerating. He was sponsored by KFC. And at that time, you got to think about it. I became best friends with Rosie Perez. Rosie Perez was a star there. I'm just going to cut to the chase. She then became the choreographer for the Fly Girls for In Living Color. So my first real job in Hollywood, before the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I was Rosie Perez's assistant for the Fly Girls the first 2 years of In Living Color. So something good came out of Soul Train and all that gas from eating KFC every day.
But it's just my last question before we let you get out of here and you let people know where we can check you out at.
Yeah.
Is it okay as a black person to be sponsored by a fried chicken restaurant?
Hey, you think we were mad? We were all broke. We didn't have no money. It was free biscuits and thighs.
Hey, well, Popeye just started sponsoring everywhere. You get chicken, you get chicken. Hey, come on.
You get a thigh, you get a wing, you get a drum.
Besides and old episodes of Soul Train, where can people find your stuff, man?
Oh, well, right now I have a brand new animated series. I was on Family Guy for 10 years, but now my new animation
Those
series.
are the real residuals right there.
Absolutely. That's residuals. Thank you, Seth. But my new series is called Motown Magic. It's the whole history of Motown on Netflix, executive produced by Mr. Smokey Robinson himself. And my character's name is Jimmy Mack. I'm a 1965 Cadillac.
Cadillac?
You feel me? I got a brand new radio show that's coming on, starting on next month. It's called The Funny Don't Stop Show. That is my hashtag The Funny Don't Stop. And my Instagram, at Funnyman Alex Thomas. Can I give a shout out to my lovely wife and my 2 kids?
I think you just did. All right.
I'm a brand new dad. I love it. I have a 1-year-old son, a 3-year-old daughter, and a beautiful wife. So I'm set for life.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you guys for having me on the show.
Thank you.
It's great meeting you.
Absolutely.
These are my homies. I've known them a long time, and I got to give you guys a compliment.
All right,
Show
nigga, we got to
was
get you off the show.
Huh?
We got to get you off the show.
The show was dope, and I love you guys.
It's award season, so you know what that means. Some NFL head coaches are still trying to battle it out for that ultimate award, the Lombardi Trophy, while others are crossing their fingers, hoping for another coveted award, maybe a Golden Globe.
Welcome back to the Golden Choke. They wanted Kevin Hart to host, but he's not an ally. So they got a bigger, less funny black man. Me. It's time for the award that you've all been waiting for. Here are the nominees for Best Performance by a Coach in a Subordinate Role. Hugh Jackson for Turd Box. Ron Rivera for Whack Panther. Mike McCarthy for Aaron Poppins Return. Vance Joseph for Bronchemian Crapsody. John Gruden for If Bowl Cut Could Talk. And finally, our 8-time reigning winner, Jason Garrett for Crazy Rich Old Fucks. And the Golden Choke goes to Hugh Jackson for Turd Box.
This is Hugh Jackson's first win and second nomination. He was previously nominated for A Fart Is Gold.
I just want to thank the Browns organization for giving me my very own team. And one more thing. If you feel like no one's listening to you, why are they playing the music? It's only been 10 seconds. Like, why am I being cut off? This doesn't make any sense. Wait, I had one more thing to say.
You mess with Baker Mayfield, you get baked.
Makes more sense in the Hollywood Foreign Press. All right, joining us now, as always, is Yahoo Sports fantasy analyst and owner of the same number of divisional round wins in the last 23 years as the entire Dallas Cowboys organization. It's our good friend Liz Loza.
Hey, hey!
What up? Playoffs, you fired up?
Well, I was sad to see the Bears. I know you already talked about it, lose, but the Rams are playing on Saturday. I'm going to be there. I got my nail art thanks to Calvin at Nail Boutique and Studios.
You know you're out in LA when you get your nails done for the game.
Okay. You took a little bit from Ben, name dropping places and shit. They better do your nails for free next time. Or I'm coming to that motherfucker. They need to do your nails for free.
I'm learning from all of you.
Yeah, we dropped down.
Marty's dropping his own line of salons. You didn't hear that? You come, you get your hair colored, you get your nails done.
The Imagination Salon.
I did. I do have plans for something like that, but I have not released those ever. So it's kind of crazy. You got to my notebooks.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, Ezekiel Elliott is reportedly seeking a contract extension this offseason, one that will adequately compensate him for his heavy workload these past 3 seasons. Where have we heard this narrative before? Marty, how should the Cowboys approach this situation, considering Dak's also nearing a new contract?
You got to keep those two together. I mean, it takes a lot of pressure off of Dak having a really good running back. But at the same time, you see what they did with DeMarco Murray, who was the top running back at that time when he was with the Cowboys. So it's running back. They also make you feel like a disposable, position. So I'm very interested in saying I think he deserves to be paid. He's been carrying that offense. He does 75% of the work, and when you only got to do 75%, your quarterback only has to be good for 25% of the time. So it makes the game a lot easier. He deserves to get paid, and his lifespan is a lot shorter. So you got to cash in now.
Yeah, and he's coming off a heavy workload, you're right. So we'll see what happens. But speaking of off-season narratives, no team's seen its share of high-profile drama like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now there's growing speculation that superstar wide receiver Antonio Brown could be the next killer bee to buzz on out of the Berg. So assuming all this trade talk is real, which team would be the best landing spot for Antonio?
I want to see him play with a great quarterback, and one of these young quarterbacks like Sam Darnold in New York.
Baker Mayfield and Baker Mayfield
in Cleveland. I'd like to see him get teamed up with a young quarterback on the rise, as opposed to one of the older dudes who's just kind of hanging on, like he experienced with Big Ben in Pittsburgh.
You think Big Ben's just hanging on? I was just asking.
I don't think he's getting any better. I don't think his career is going up. I think we're definitely plateauing or on the way down.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I would love to see him on the Chiefs with Mahomes.
Young quarterback on the rise.
Yeah, just send AB out there and let Mahomes just throw it out there, and they can connect for some great
Sammy
plays.
Watkins' foot's no good. I mean, I don't know. That's interesting. Chicago is an interesting place. Although I loved seeing Allen Robinson like step into his destiny over the weekend.
Yeah, I don't think Chicago's a good fit for because the other thing about it,
not good enough in the past.
well, it has to. If it's a young quarterback on the rise, it has to be one with a strong personality, like a Pat that's sure of himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It can't be a young quarterback that's not sure of himself because AB is going to get in his ear, and then you have that pressure from a quarterback like that. Then it becomes like, hey, you know, it's like, you need the ball. So the quarterback tries to go out of his character and do too much, and coaches go out of their character to feel like they got to feed him the ball and things like that. So it's very interesting because wherever he goes, he's not going to get 17 targets in a game like he's been getting in the Steelers, so that's going to be an adjustment for him. So he gets a lot of chances to make plays. He ain't going to get that many chances if he goes somewhere else.
Let's be honest. We all know he's going to the Raiders.
I was just going to say that.
I
was just going to say that.
I think he ends up in the Dolphins.
I mean, he would
they go to the Dolphins. They bring in a young quarterback and they restack that team on the offensive side.
But we know he's going to the Raiders. He's going to the Raiders.
Okay. Well, maybe AB should reach out to Von Miller's mom for some advice on the situation because earlier this week, Von's mom Gloria took to Instagram to shred John Elway for a comment he made suggesting her son could be on the trading block. She went right at the Broncos GM saying, "Von's not the problem. The problem is Elway." Marty, you were Von's host on his recruiting trip to Texas A&M. Do you remember Mom
Really?
asking a lot?
Yeah, I was.
It's like Rick Fox and he got game. It's nice.
I was a lot of people. I recruited Ryan Tannehill.
Well
Michael
done.
Goodson was in.
What was your recruiting tactic?
Yeah.
I was just taking to see as many girls as possible.
Oh, so that's real. Good to know.
Nah, I just tried. I was with Von a lot. I don't know if I was his sign host or most people end up being my host. I've ended up being girls basketball team, soccer team. I ended up hosting like players from all kinds of different things because I was just that guy on campus. I just knew everybody. I was the bridge. But I love this. I love the Millers. I was with Von at A&M. I went back earlier this fall or last year, I guess it was. But I love the Millers. I think they're great people. They're they're strong people. And I think parents should be able, that's still your son. Your parents should still be able to say, what the fuck, you can't talk, like my parents struggle with people say bad stuff about you. You're still someone's kid. So you try to say my son is the problem after I see what he does for this organization, for this community? No, motherfucker, you the problem. Because he's getting sacks, he's making plays. What the fuck you do? You sign the wrong quarterbacks over and over and over again because you don't want nobody to overlive your glory. So you get somebody that's not up to par with the legacy that you have there.
Tell him, Gloria Miller.
You're getting rid of some of the most talented. You got TJ getting out of TJ Ward, moving on. You lose a lot of people. You make the wrong key to leave. So there's so much talent that he's not able to manage and not able to keep a team together. So it's a reflection on him. Von's out there doing his thing. He's getting 12.5 sacks every single year. So,
what about you?
Interceptions.
What about you? How many sacks are you getting, James?
How do you think your mom would handle a heckler?
Well, first of all,
She going after the president of Netflix?
Well, I don't get heckled because I'm like super likable.
Oh, cool.
But that's a black mom right there. Because black moms, I mean moms in general, but black moms specifically don't like people talking shit about their kids. The only person who can talk shit about their kids is them. So I say that to say this. Even though Von's mom has his back and is saying that stuff about Elway, I guarantee inside closed doors, she's also on Von's head telling him what he has to do better too.
Yes, that's very true. What would you do if that's your son? Your little one grows up and he's sacking quarterbacks every single week playing for the,
What do you think I do?
I mean, he's probably, yeah.
I am a mom first. I'm absolutely going to go after. And if I know the game and my son's in the game and I've watched him and I've curated all of this that has happened, I grew that baby in me. F John Elway. And also, if he's playing under Vic Fangio, I want him on the Broncos. Next, Buccaneers corner Brent Grimes went on his wife Miko's podcast this week. I just was channeling a little Miko right there. And offered up an interesting explanation for his subpar play in 2018. Grimes, who earned a $7 million base salary this season, claimed he felt disrespected when the Bucs coaching staff, who got fired halfway through the season, asked him to shadow other teams' top receivers for what he believed was too low of a salary, and that it, quote, fucked up his vibe for the whole year. James, another question for you. Would you shadow Kevin Hart if you got paid $7 million a year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not at a financial place to be turning down these big numbers that you guys throw at me. I really want to give you guys diverse answers. It's always, I'll take the money. As a matter of fact, I did shadow Kevin Hart when I played Oliver, his assistant on Real Husbands of Hollywood. I've shadowed all these comedians just chilling, acting like I'm not dope when I am. Well, so, and it does mess up your vibe to know that you're talented, and sometimes you have to play that secondary role and play the game just to get your money. And I have had to do that. But you know what? You got to play the game, and your vibe got to be stronger than that.
Brent Grimes is also 35 years old and was injured for 3 games this season. At the top of the season, he had a knee injury, so I think there's more to it than
you can't be shadowing people
So
at 35.
I say this, though. I think about this. And I just know this from experience. We was in a preseason game one time, and the ball was like, I think it was Matt Forte that ran the ball up on the sideline. I was on the left side of the field. And I didn't run down there, but then I get to the meeting, and he's like, "Oh," I was like, "Coach, why I get a minus?" I blocked my guy, did a great job blocking my guy. He's like, "Well, you didn't finish the play." I said, "Coach, you paid me $1,500 for these preseason games. You got a $1,500 effort right there. That's a $1,500 effort right there. Like, you give me, when I get my real checks, I'm running down, I'm cutting off, trying to get an extra block. But this preseason game, that's $1,500. This is what $1,500 get you." But I also get the idea of, like, if you want me to shadow people, pay me like a person that shadows people. I want Patrick Peterson money. If I'm the number 1 corner, I don't know about fucking up my whole move for the entire season, because that's just some petty ass shit. But at the same time, I understand where he's coming from. Pay me like you want me to play like that. I play at that level. Pay me what I deserve to get paid.
Well, here's a smooth transition worthy of the college credit that you guys are paying me here. Liz, it's great to see you on the show as always. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much for stopping by. Last Sunday, Green Book won 3 Golden Globes, including Best Musical or Comedy. I ran into the film's executive producer, Octavia Spencer, at the Gold for Golden red carpet event over the weekend. And I'm not name-dropping Marty. I was there on behalf of mostly football. I was working. If you could compete in one Olympic event, what would it be?
If I could, in all honesty, if I could compete, I would want to be a gymnast. I do sometimes in the morning do my salute to myself when I wake up and salute to the good Lord. I do the...
You do get a chance to meet some Olympic athletes here today, which is pretty cool. If you were to compete in the Olympics, what would be your event?
If I was good at something, what would I want to be good at? Swimming. Because it's a survival skill, right? If you fall off a boat and you're a good swimmer, you're good.
Yeah. To have an Olympic sport that's also like helpful in your everyday life, or could save your life.
Save your life. Sometimes I'm on a boat and I look out at the shore and I go, I'd be toast if the boat, sank.
Only I could do the 800 meters.
I know, that Phelps. Yeah.
Quick, explain the end of Interstellar. All right, accompanied by 3 armed guards, head coach Sean Payton walked into the Saints locker room carrying the Lombardi trophy. It's a little bit bigger than this. On top of $200,000 cash, which is more money than I have in my wallet, which is the playoff share per player if the Saints run the table. So Sean Payton said, "Y'all want this? Win 3 fucking games." It's pretty baller. Time for the Marty Awards. Let's get right to the chase, right? You want to win the Super Bowl? Here's what the Super Bowl looks like. All right. Marty Award goes to Danielle McDonald this week. She's having a moment. She's in Bird Box. She's the Australian actress from Dumplin' and Patty Cake. She's got bars, and I had a chance to meet her over the weekend, and she wasn't an asshole. So many young stars, and they're having a moment in Hollywood. They can let it get to themselves, but not Danielle. She's super real, so she's the winner of this week's Marty Award.
My Marty Awards goes to my pal, the good old James Davis.
Wow! Congratulations, James.
I get this guy a lot of. I cut this guy a lot of flack on him. I fuck with him all the time, but he is very creative and he does a great job. He has this special coming out on Comedy Central. I'm excited to watch it. We're rooting for you. You've been doing a great job.
Appreciate you,
It's been a pleasure to work with you. Your creativity is contagious. So, great job. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Well, on that subject, my Marty Award goes to myself as well.
A 2-time Marty Award winner.
I'm a 2-time Marty Award winner. I'm taking the Martellus Bennett approach, and I'm awarding it to myself because guess what? I, too, have been killing it this year and last year, and my special drops tomorrow, January 11th, on Comedy Central, and I killed it. All my best material. None of that super woke messagey stuff where it's not funny. It's hilarious. And I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that with these 2 guys here because next week they would tell me if it wasn't. So please, support me, watch my special January 11th. Matter of fact, go on and roll that clip.
I want Barack to have a cool job like a nightclub DJ. Could you imagine that? You in the club just chilling with the homies, all of a sudden you just hear, "Single ladies, I can't hear you." "Healthy ladies, make noise." "Turn down for what?" "If you got $100 bill, get Obamacare." "Single ladies, I can't hear you." "Healthy ladies, make noise." "Where my birthday's at? I see you." "Oh, shit."
It's like a real comedy special.
I'm just happy that you wore your good clothes.
Yeah, you notice he got a haircut, jacket all done.
Who's this individual? Like, what is this guy? He got a leather jacket on.
Just dress up for mostly football every once in a while, bro.
I'll dress up in my stand-up clothes next week.
I'm excited to go see the adventure that you went on, but right now it's not about you. It's about me. And this week on Adventures with Marty, I linked up with Ben's wife, the lovely Mariah, to experience my very own crystal healing, because God knows I've been healing, and I've been fucked up. And I was fucked up before going in, and definitely a little bit left a little more in tune with the vibrations in my body and with the world. Check it out right here. It's a vibe. I've been in LA for a while now, and I've been running into a lot of motherfuckers who have crystals in their pockets, and I see all these meditation places all over the place. So today I'm at the Den Meditation, about to figure out if these crystals really work. My shoulder's been bothering me. Got this fucked up pinky I can't get a pinky ring for because it's so bent. And my Achilles on my right leg has been bothering me as well. So hopefully the universe, the crystals, can figure some type of crystallization in my body, and I feel a lot better than what I do. Right now, I get to hang out with Mariah Lyons, who's much prettier than Ben, who is also a crystal healer.
Yes.
And how long have you been practicing this?
I have been teaching for about 4 years, but I've been working with crystals for a very long time.
When did you discover your first stone?
I grew up in the mountains. Like, I grew up barefoot running around in trees and have a very strong connection to the earth resonance and how the earth feels in our body, as opposed to how we feel connected to Wi-Fi and electronics all day long. Crystal healing is a form of working with minerals and gemstones to achieve an overall balance and healing. We're gonna do a little tester, and then I'm gonna have you lay down. Crystals work on frequency and vibration. As everything is frequency and vibration, each different crystal resonates at a specific harmony.
I kind of feel like I'm putting on a sorting hat at Hogwarts.
This one's Dalmatian jasper, and it's very playful, it's very light, but it has a lot of energy. Like, it is like liftoff.
It's like being high without smoking the weed.
See? All right, we're gonna have you lay down. So we're gonna have you do a 3-part breath. Belly, chest, exhale. Good. You're sending your breath to that place that is injured. And I'm gonna start placing stones on you as well. And then I also brought my quartz bowl that I'm gonna play. So it's going to help to activate circulation throughout your body as well. A place within the body that is injured or is absent of specific harmonizing vibrations, that crystal will come in to balance it out. And then when you're ready, you can open up your eyes.
I felt like when the amethyst stone is when my shoulders start twitching, and that's because of that part of the nervous system is back.
Activated again.
Activated, yeah. Today was awesome. There's a lot different from what I thought it was gonna be. Who knew these fucking crystals could take you to a higher frequency in life? But life is always about being tuned in to the right vibration, because it's a vibe, and I'm vibing with this shit. I was skeptical coming into it, but the shit actually works. Crystals are real. These shits are real, I must say. Go out there and get you some crystals.
Nice.
That was fantastic. Ever since I left, your wife gifted me with a amethyst crystal, which I carry with me, and I've been meditating with it, and I've been continuing to practice it with my crystals. And it's super interesting about the frequencies because she was talking about how crystals are actually used like in radios to communicate. So actually you have the crystal, it makes sense that the frequencies and vibrations of the world, you can hear the universe because it amplifies the vibrations of it all. So yeah, Mariah was awesome. It was great. I'm into crystals. I'm looking for more crystals, and I even washed it in cold water because it was hers.
Yeah.
And her energy stays on
That's
it.
right. These crystals, they store information.
Yeah.
you
So
gotta
I didn't want too much information about you, so I cleansed this motherfucker, and I left it outside on my 3rd-story patio. And I let it charge, moon charge. It's charged under the moon.
3rd story patio.
Man, you're out in LA, dude. You're doing the thing. You're charging stones by the moon. Marty's out here. I love it.
So out
Namaste,
here.
dude.
Well, Marty, I'm going on my own adventure next week where I learn how to salsa dance.
With my wife, too?
No. You're just me.
You're saying, because once you go black, you usually don't go back.
Well, either way, 2019 is the year of James Davis, and let's just say when it comes to salsa, I nailed it. It's your boy James Davis, and I'm taking salsa classes, because I don't do salsa. That's all wrong, so I'm gonna learn.
Let's try it with some music.
Oh, you trying to level up?
We're leveling up. Okay.
There's some haters in here. I won't say no names.
All right, you know this next guy. He's Adam Caparell of the famous Gambling Caparells. Welcome back to the show, dude. There's only 7 NFL games left to gamble on this year, so I don't know. Are you happy?
I don't know. I'm on fire.
I'm
on fire right now, so I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you are, and you're wearing sweatpants on television, so win for you. Before we look too far ahead, let's see how we all did last week. James and Adam were on fire. They won big, ending up $250, and for the 2nd week in a row, I ended up in last place. In case you forgot, I had slime on my head at the end of last week's show. The original standings are getting pretty tight. I'm only up $250 on Adam. About that of fake money. As always, there is a punishment for losing the most fake money on the show. So Adam, what do you have for me this week?
Yeah, Ben, so you've had a small, I guess, regression, and your luck has finally run out. Thank God, it's taken a long time. But in order to change up that luck, we have a little dish for you here. And in Chinese culture, crickets show or give out prosperity for those that choose to eat them. And Chef Nick has a lovely concoction cooked up for you that you have to eat.
I sure do. You know, you've been down on your luck, Ben, so what better to fix that than some lucky crickets? Why don't you take a good waft of that?
Those are crickets.
Now you're smelling hints of thyme, rosemary, and the most important ingredient, love.
Oh, man. Oh, that's
covered in bugs.
That's a lot of bugs.
Why don't you take the whole plate? You know,
Ooh.
pass it around.
Oh, goodness.
I thought it'd be funny for TV, and it wasn't. All right, let's break down some over-unders. In the divisional round, some star quarterbacks don't have to eat bugs. They eat cleaner protein. Both in the twilight of their careers. Now they're getting hot. Are they hot bugs? No, just getting started. Brady to Mahomes, there's an age gap of 18 years in between. Why is the mouth burning? The oldest and youngest QBs playing this weekend. With this old and new in mind, we set the over-under at 30 years old for the age of the winning Super Bowl quarterback.
Yeah, let it happen. Let it happen.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl, Adam?
I would say from this selection, I would take the under here.
You don't think the whole
Going
thing.
under. Andrew Luck, Pat Mahomes.
Bucket. Yeah.
Struggle is real.
Oh.
We can't give you any more things to eat in the show.
No.
You can't handle them.
Oh, I wish I were being slimed right now. All right. So who do you have winning Super Bowl?
I'm liking, I mean, if we're going here on quarterbacks and their age, take the under because I like Andrew Luck and Pat Mahomes. I think the winner of Saturday's game between those two will be your Super Bowl winning quarterback, so take the under.
All right, well, speaking of quarterbacks, we already talked about Nick Foles. But if St. Nick keeps things going for the Birds, there will be serious questions raised about what the fuck to do with Carson Wentz. Maybe they should go make him eat bugs. It'll open at 8 games for Carson Wentz to play for the Birds next year. What do you think? 8 games for Carson Wentz.
I mean, he's obviously an injury, liability every single year, but you have to take the over. And the idea that you guys talked about earlier, the idea that Philly wouldn't hitch their wagon to Carson Wentz going forward, I think is ridiculous.
I don't know, but what the fuck? A cricket is too close to a roach.
Yeah, I've had them once on vacation in like a nice restaurant, and they tasted good. Maybe because I paid a lot of money for them. I thought they tasted good.
Pay for
James,
crickets?
you want any bugs?
Wait, you didn't put any lime on the crickets?
I definitely
You
don't.
pay for crickets?
Oh, he's missing
You gotta
the
put
lime.
some lime. Come on, man.
But you think they won't hitch their wagon to Carson Wentz?
They
Their
should,
wagon
yes.
is broke. It's a broken wagon.
You only have 2 seasons worth of track record, though.
All right, switching up gears here just a little bit. Jeff Bezos and his wife Mackenzie are calling it quits after 25 years of marriage.
That's a good run.
Mackenzie Bezos could get upwards of $66 billion in the divorce. We've got the exclusive odds here in Mostly Football for the world's upcoming richest woman, her next love interest. Adam and James, you guys are single and you're on the list. Are you guys planning to shoot your shot? Get some of this Bezos money.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I don't have a Comedy Central special, but if you want to have that $66 billion ride, you want to double that real quick, I got some selections for you, Mackenzie. So I would say look and hitch your wagon on this horse over here, on this buggy. Okay?
Or
forget this guy, all right? You want to lose your money real quick, you go with James.
Or you can lose your money and laugh while doing it and enjoy life as we spend all your money. And you have so much money, you'll never run out. So all you need to do is laugh while spending money. So baby girl, holla at your boy.
I'll just tell her like this. You've had your share of almond milk. You've drunk all the almond milk you need to taste in your life.
I see what
it's time for you to come get some of that chocolate milk.
Yeah, we sell it.
Yeah, it's time for you to get some oxtails.
You need some oxtails.
Some high blood
That woman has not had milk out of a nipple in a long time. That
No, I'm
woman
just
is
saying.
only drinking nut milk.
Now cashew milk.
Adam.
What?
All right,
That didn't sound right. I know what you meant.
Until next August. So why don't you give us some tips to bet on this divisional game?
I knew what you meant, but that shit sounded crazy.
Real quick. All right, let's do some picks. All right, here we go. We're going to take the Colts plus 5.5 over the Chiefs. We're going to take the Cowboys plus 7 over the Rams. Give us the under 51 between the Eagles and Saints. And last but not least, your scintillating selection for the week, your lock of the week, your throw all your goddamn rent money lock of the week. Take the Chargers plus 4 over the Patriots. Listen,
yes.
New England is 13-21-1 against the spread when Tom Brady is sacked 4 times or more. If the Chargers with Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram can sack Lamar Jackson 7 times like it did last week, yeah, they can get the Tom Brady 4 times or more on Sunday. So I don't care about the weather, the road game, 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff. Load the Chargers, points, money line. Thank me later.
But the only thing about those sacks that you got to think about is, as a young quarterback, it's hard to ID the guys and put the offensive lineman on where the pressure's coming from. An older quarterback, they know where the pressure's coming from, and they know how to take care of those things. They know how to get rid of the ball and what's to get out of it, too. So that's why Tom doesn't get sacked as much as you would think. But I see what you're saying, because you got the young black stallion that can outrun everything, and then you got the old Clydesdale that can't outrun anything. Matter of fact, if I was in a scary movie, I would want Tom Brady to be the white person in it, because he would probably get caught by the murderer before me.
I just hope that I don't see more fucking bugs on this stupid show next week. So, Adam, thanks for the insights. I'm going to be taking those to heart because I'm really fucking grossed out now. All right, from bugs to fish, let's check the ugly-ass pick of the week. Here's a fish. All right, let's go, LA.
Of the 8 head coaches fired this year in the NFL, 5 were black. So far, 6 coaches have been hired. They're all white. Really, NFL? Rooney Rule? Time for You're Better Than That. This disturbing picture went viral yesterday. In a classroom of 4 and 5-year-olds in South Africa, 18 white students are at one table and 4 black kids are in the back at a desk. Apartheid, anyone? Come on, you're way better than that.
White people being the worst, the theme of this show. That's another example.
That's because I'm the executive producer of this shit.
That's something Ben would never do.
Yeah, that's just some fucked up shit. I just feel like, why are the kids separated? Like, that's just, fuck them. It's so fucked up. That just makes me emotional as a father of a black kid. Like, it makes me emotional, like, you know, when I think about those type of things and not having a seat at the table. When you say about not having a seat at the table and the future of that, what that looks like, this is a projection of it. Did you know that 86% of black boys do not read up to grade level by 4th grade?
Think about that.
7% of the tech industry is black. 65% of the NFL is black, 75% of the NBA. So it's just like, you think about the classroom. In the UK, which is even crazier, 9,115 books were printed. 1% of those books were people of color.
Written by people?
No, 354 of those books printed had black protagonists. 111 of those black protagonists was written by black African Americans, which is even crazier.
You want to read the prompter?
Yeah, tonight's parting gift. Tonight's parting gift is, and all those parents who tried to get their kids to listen, then just gave up. Is she texting on the way
dragging
out?
his daughter to the airport by her coat. I mean,
that looks like that Bird Box scene.
Yeah, she didn't want to take the blindfold off. Come on, man. You're better than that. I think.
Sometimes I gotta drag y'all along to make this show great.
What?
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching Mostly Football. Thanks, Martellus, to dragging us to the end of the show.
Appreciate you.
And thanks, of course, for watching James' special tomorrow night on Comedy Central. In case you haven't heard, it comes out on January 11th. What time's it on? 8 o'clock?
11 p.m.
Oh, wow. All right. So it's late
Eastern
special.
time.
It's going to be funny. Our show, of course, can be seen every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock here on the West Coast on Yahoo Sports and Complex. We got a big weekend of playoff football. Go Rams. Fuck the Chargers. For Marty and James, I'm Ben. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. You want some bugs?
Complex.